So how many of you remember in 1999 when Obasanjo was president, how many of you remember that there was a Sharia crisis? It started in Zamfara state with Sani, the governor then, Sani Yarima, and then it started moving all over. And even our current President Muhammadu Buhari, has said it that I will always show openly and within me a total commitment to the Sharia movement that is currently moving across the nation. How many of you remember that? Imagine what would have happened if Obasanjo had impeached Governor Sani Yarima, or if he had him arrested, or if he had gone to Kaduna State and then just arrested a bunch of people and said, okay, what you're doing is affecting the national security interest of the country, or is unconstitutional. I mean, imagine what he would have done, what would have happened. First and foremost, the country would have gone up in flames. Something like 2,000 people died in Kaduna in 2000, the Sharia riots. I'm telling you, 20,000 people would have died. But what did Obasanjo do? He ignored them. And I can't forget what he said. He made a statement. He said, political Sharia will fade away, but the real Sharia will stay. Is that not what happened? That's a leader. That's a real leader. So, they should have just, President Muhammadu Buhari should have left Nnamdi Kanu to just be. I'll give a very good example, another example. A lot of people don't really realize that Mohammed Yusuf, the founder of Boko Haram, he wasn't violent. Mohammed Yusuf was a charismatic preacher. He was somebody that you could admire because he was very charismatic. He hated injustice. He hated what was happening in where the people were not actually doing zakat to the poor members of society. I mean, he was a charismatic, and he understood and he knew the Quran. I've read the Quran. The Quran, when you read the Quran is, I know some of you, you are Christians. I'm a Christian pastor, and you say I shouldn't say this, but I've read the Quran, and really, when you read the book, it's a very beautiful book. It's poetic, and then it has. I'll give a very good example. The Quran mentions Mary, the mother of Jesus, Isa. The Quran mentions her 85 times. There's a whole chapter in the Quran about Mary. So this man was a charismatic preacher. And then they had him killed. First, they had him arrested, and then they had him killed. And what happened? Boko Haram just exploded, became radicalized, and then it's a problem to Nigeria today.
But Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno is